The best advice doesn't always come from the most experienced person in the room. I have this theory when it comes to leadership advice in tech or advice for any kind of improvement you want to make. Imagine you just started training for your first marathon or 10K. You have a full-time job, you have family, perhaps you have kids, and you are trying to squeeze some training right after the work or before the work. Now, if you asked an Olympic runner for some tips, they might help you to adjust your VO2 max or optimize your stride cadence or how to get a perfect 9 hours of sleep each night. Is it helpful? Most likely yes, but is it realistic? Not really. They have been at an elite level for so long, they have forgotten what it means to try to squeeze a training session in between full day of meetings, or how does it feel when you are waking up at 4 a.m., you are thinking about your training session that should happen in 1 hour, but you had a terrible night's sleep because your child is sick, and then you're wondering, should I go to have that training or should I have that additional hour of sleep? And this is exactly what happened to me this morning. Now compare that to someone who just finished their first race maybe few years back and continues to improve. They still remember what shoes gave them blisters, at what mile or kilometer they hit that mental wall, and how they stayed consistent managing full-time job, family responsibilities, and nutrition that is just a bit random. That advice, you can use that tomorrow. Same things happens in tech. If you are a new team lead who is managing engineers, juggling different delivery expectations and stakeholders, and also maybe preparing how to navigate your very first performance review cycle, then asking advice of CTO who runs 2,000 people organization on how to lead won't help that much. They are solving entirely different problems: reorganization, merge, acquisitions, long-term strategy, investment relationships. So they are just too far ahead. This is where I come in. I am not a guru leader type of speaker at every stage. I don't write books. I don't do corporate politics, and I hate old school management bullshit. I am someone who trained more than 2,000 team leads in the last few years and also led my own engineering teams just a bit before. I just solved and I keep solving same problems that you are facing right now. I still remember what it means to be nervous in my first one-on-one with a senior engineer, how to give a feedback for a former peer, how to lead a sprint without micromanaging, and still do additional work such as budgeting, preparing for a meeting, and code reviews. I am someone who is just in the right proximity ahead. I have lived through the exciting beginnings and messy middles, I made mistakes, and also I know how success feels like. So I built systems, tools, and frameworks for each phase. I have done that myself, and now I help thousands of managers do the same. That's why my work, my mentorship, and my workshops is not just about theory. It's about specific tactical battle-tested tools and systems, how to lead and how to win, both in career and in life. If you ever feel that you are not experienced enough to lead or to give advice, remember one thing. You only need to be at least a couple of steps ahead to provide real value. In fact, sometimes you are the best person to help because you haven't forgotten what struggle feels like.